Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I figured I would help you guys figure out what to get for your baby registry, especially if you're a first or even second time mom like I am, because I know even as a second time mom, I was a little confused about what to put in my baby registry because I knew I had some things, but at the same time, I also needed things that I probably would never have needed with just one kid. So I'm going to talk to you today about how I created my baby registry, just about the baby registry checklist that I have, as well as some of the different things that I put in there now that I am a second time mom. So for starters, the best thing to do, especially if you are a first time mom, is to start a baby registry checklist. Now, a baby registry checklist will help to go through all the things that you need for your baby, especially if you're a new time mom. When I first found out I was going to have SJ, I had just turned 22, and so to me, it was all new to me. I'd never even taken care of a baby that young. I never babysat for a baby that young. So to me, I didn't know what they needed. So a checklist really helps with this. So the first thing that you should really do is to make sure you start a baby registry checklist. For me, when I started a baby registry checklist, I made sure to Google it first because Google will help to give you a big list of what you need. I know I had used Baby Center and it went through all of the things that I needed for my baby, but it also put some things that I didn't need, like for instance bottles and things like that, because I was exclusively breastfeeding SJ, so I didn't need like all the bottles and things like that. But there's also another site called babylist.com that'll help to figure out what you need for your baby through a quiz, and it'll help to cancel out all the things you don't need. So if you're breastfeeding, more than likely they're not going to be putting like bottles on the list or things like that for you. And they're also going to help you if you have like more than one kid to figure out what you already have and what you don't need. So I really do like that list as well. Actually, I like that a little bit better than Baby Center's because it really is designed just for you. So once you have that list made, then you can start your baby registry. I know some people will go into the stores and scan items. For my first baby registry, I actually went into Babies R Us and scanned some items, but there was some items in Babies R Us that they had, but they didn't have specifically the one I wanted or at the price I wanted. So I had one at Target as well. So I had two different registries for my first one, and now I'm also having two different registries as well. Now I know that two different registries can be a little confusing for your guests, but one great thing is on babylist.com, they have it where you can actually put all of your registries together into one site, and it'll go specifically by your name. So you'll go babylist.com/ if it's mine, it'll be Kimmy Vaughn or anything like that. And I'm going to actually show you how the link is below so you can see it through my baby shower registry. So for my baby registry, most of my items are on Target this time, and that's because I did like the pricing on them, but they didn't have the stroller that I needed as well as the car seat that I was looking for specifically. So I actually have a Babies R Us one as well. So the good thing about Babylist is that they're going to actually take all of your registries that you have and group it together and move it into just one location for you, so that way your relatives and your friends can just look at one location instead of having to look at several different sites to figure out what you need for your baby registry. So when I first created my baby registry list, I was a little confused about where and how to put them inside the baby list. And the good thing is, when I first started, they actually, and they do this for anyone, they're going to actually get your list from you and they'll put it in together for you. So if you're confused about how to put the list in at all, or are having trouble figuring out how to put the list in, then they're going to do that for you. Another great thing about Babylist is they actually have an app. So they have it for, I believe, the iPhone, and I know they have it for the Android. And it's really good because when you're out, you can still keep on adding items to your list. And it's not like it's just like Target or Babies R Us. They even have things like Amazon you can take it from. And if you're confused about Babylist at all or have any questions, they actually have 24-hour customer service. So 24/7, any time of the day, you can always get on there and ask them any questions you may have. Also, I know once you create a baby registry, like I know Babies R Us does this, and I believe Target does as well, but they'll give you little cards to actually put inside of your invitation. But that's going to be like 2 to 3 different cards inside your invitation, which may get a little confusing for your guests. So what's great is Babylist will actually give you cards, and they're going to give you them for free to put inside of your invitations. So I like that a lot because it's one simple card inside one invitation, and it won't be confusing for your guests. And then if any of the items go out of stock or the price changes at all, they're actually going to send you an email to let you know what you should update or what you should change in your registry, regardless of what store it's coming from. And then lastly, before your baby comes, around 30 days before your due date, they're going to send you out a bunch of discount codes to use at different stores specifically for your baby. So that's really good because you're still getting a lot of savings from that as well. So for my baby registry list, I actually have it where most of my smaller things are in Target and most of my larger things are in Babies R Us. So for instance, the only big thing I have in Target is their bassinet, and that's because I really like the price of it. I don't plan on buying a crib because we plan on using SJ's crib for the new baby. But for the larger stuff, I did put them inside my Babies R Us. So for instance, now that I have 2 kids and they're really young, I did put a double stroller on there. I looked at Targets for the double stroller, but they didn't have one specifically to my liking for the double stroller for Target, and plus the pricing was a little bit too high for the ones they did have. So I liked Babies R Us a lot better because they actually have it where the toddler can sit, and then you can also put the little car seat in the front. So they're both sitting. With I believe Targets, they had it where the toddler was standing, and I didn't understand that one at all. So I'm glad that I have 2 different registries because I could not have handled any of Target's double strollers. So that's basically why I needed 2 different registries, but I'm going to link mine below just so you guys can see exactly how Babylist does it with putting all of the registries together. I think it's really such a great way to just save time for people who want to help and buy your gift but don't want to have to run around and go to all these different stores. So I wanted to mention, when it comes to returns, you would still be returning to the specific store that you got your baby registry item from. So if someone bought you something from Target through your Babylist, then you would just go back to Target and return it. Also, another great thing is, if you have a relative who never uses the internet and would be like completely confused on how to do Babylist, then you can still have them go through the Pacific store and they can buy your item that way. So it's not like you can't go inside Target and look at your baby registry. You can, but it's so much easier to go through Babylist. So basically, for first-time moms, even second-time moms, using that checklist is going to help you a lot with figuring out what you need and what you really don't need but may want for your child. Now, as a second-time mom, you also want to go through the items that you already have. Like when I found I was pregnant, and especially when I was starting my baby registry, I went through all the items I had for Sean, and I figured out, you know, I still have some things. It doesn't matter if it's blue. I still have some things that, you know, she can use that I don't need to go run out and buy. Like for instance, we have this big huge blue playpen, and I'm not going to buy a whole nother one just to make it pink. So there's some things you don't need, and you just look through what you have, especially if you're a second time mom. It'll save you a lot of money if you just look through all the things you have and make sure you're not buying anything that you already have and don't need again. So I hope that wasn't confusing for you guys. I just wanted to help you guys figure out what you might need for your baby, and making a baby registry can be so confusing. But if you go by the steps that I said, and especially if you use Babylist, it's going to be so much easier for you. But thank you guys again so much for watching, and if you have any questions about Babylist or about any of my baby registry items or things that I have on there at all, then definitely write it in the comment box below and I will get back to you. Thanks guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.